अरिहंत सिद्ध सूर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते वही जो भक्ति काय को नमाए स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम्ही से काज सब आज भयो कर चोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। I must say thank you to all for your kind and grateful words. But the fact is that I don't owe those teachings. It is all independent performance of Udgal Dravya or the matter. Okay, the Bhasha Vargana coming out, it's all not our function. So since it is not my function, how can I accept those? But it shows your respect for the teacher. It shows your gratefulness, and of course, these are the kinds of sentiments that what we call bound auspicious karmas. Okay, so that way it is quite good from the perspective of the individual. But for me, I've told you about myself that I have also got these teachings from somebody else. So I'm not doing anything, not any great job, but it is just my emotions, my sentiments to share this knowledge, and
that is the greatness, no? That you have learned something that you are so passionate about, and you have taken it upon you that you want to spread this teaching, learning. And I think that is a teacher. The learning is there, but a teacher is the one who translates that learning to somebody to understand.
So that is what I was sharing, that why I'm doing this is because I have also received from somebody else, and he has also received from somebody else. So this chain is going on, and now you are studying. So once you become a graduate, you will be also doing that. So our future generations are quite secured that they will have access to this knowledge, and now is just the beginning of this fifth era. It is going to go on for 21,000 years, and we are just in the first 3,000 years right now. So long way to go before this era ends, and all those people taking birth during this time will be fortunate enough to have access to this kind of knowledge, and they also can, progress in the path of spiritual development and become God one day. So the main tragedy would be to say that in spite of having the potential in each of us to become a God, we never got a hint about it. We never thought about it. We never practiced about it. And that is our story since time immortal. And now with this knowledge and with this practice, we can be sure that we are not going to remain in this mundane existence for long. We are also going to get liberated. Some may get liberated immediately, some may get liberated after 2 births, 4 births, 5 births, 10 births. But we have been since time immortal. There is no beginning of us. So if you compare that time with the time of the whole path of liberation that we are going to traverse, it is very, very minor part, I would say. It is also not worth mentioning. But still, within that time frame, we are going to practice this discriminative knowledge. And while doing that, we will be experiencing happiness. And the end result, when we actually get liberated, and for endless time, we are going to enjoy this happiness. So these are all, this was the background that I was just talking about. So like we must have done something very good in our previous birth. That is why we are getting this knowledge and the scriptures and the satsangis and the sadharmiks and the teachers and the preachers, everything. So if you put a valuation to this auspicious karma that we are just now going through, then I think there is no comparison. You may become a Tata Birla, but without this knowledge, what is the use? It is just an addition to the birth and death that we have been going through since time immortal. But taking a birth like this and getting access to this kind of knowledge, and not only getting access, but developing a deep interest to understand it, and then getting an opportunity in the form of Parmagam Honors course. These are all very, very, very rarest of rare things. And so we cannot be more thankful to, thankful to our luck, destiny. That's because nobody is doing anything for us, and we also are not doing anything for anybody else. It is just an automatic system that is into play. And I have a feeling to share with you, and yours is to get the knowledge from me. So these are all things happening independently, but at the same time, there is always a vyavhar, nimit nemitik sambandh, instrumental cause and the principal cause. So the principal cause is yours own individually for each, and the instrumental cause is myself. And instrumental cause means a karta, not a doer. Okay, so there is no way that I can make you understand. You are understanding just because of your own knowledge, and not because of me, not because of the scriptures, nothing. Anyways, that was all about our luck, destiny. And now we are today going to study this chapter of Char Abhav. The four abhavs. Abhavs means non-existence. Okay, so I will not read the chapter today word to word, but I'll explain you directly. And then when there is a need to read from the text, we will definitely read it. First of all, this is written by Acharya Samanbhadra's Apt Mimansa. This has been extracted from the 9th, 10th, and 11th verse of Apt Mimansa. Small 4 line verses, and out of that, this whole chapter has come. And this Apt Mimansa is written by Acharya Samanbhadra, and we had read about Acharya Samanbhadra in Vitrag Vigyan 2, chapter 2. So I will not repeat that. You can just read it as a homework. I'll come to the main chapter, first of all, we need to understand what is above. Okay. So the nature of substance. Okay. We are all substances. Soul is a substance. Matter is a substance. Then we have medium of motion, medium of rest. Then we have space, and then we have time. Okay. These are the 6 substances, different types of substances, and this constitutes the whole universe. So we are just one part of an universe. Okay. So this universe is functioning independently. There is no creator, manager, or destroyer God who is managing this universe. As in other religions where they say that this whole universe is controlled by Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the manager, and Mahesh, the destroyer. Okay. So they have God creator, but we don't have that. In Jainism, the Jainism says that there is no creator in this world. Whatever is happening independently, and we are just an observer to it. Okay. This is our true nature. We are an observer only. But since we never got knowledge about our true nature, we never realized that we are an observer. So we have been making this mistake of becoming a doer. We cannot do, but still we become a doer. Now you may ask me that we are bringing up the kids. If we are not there, who will bring up the kids? But I would tell you something, that during COVID times, many children were without their parents. Okay. Their parents died in the COVID and some other cases, but still those kids are growing up. Somebody or the other will take care. They also have their auspicious and inauspicious karma with them. And because of that only, they will get whatever is destined to them. Okay. So we are not the upbringer of our children, but we feel that we are doing it. Okay. So that is the delusion that we have been experiencing and suffering since time immortal. And because of delusion, we are not able to realize what is the truth. Okay. But in spite of that, the truth remains the truth. It doesn't change. So even if we thought that we are the doer of these things, but we never become a doer. The nature of things does not permit one substance to do anything for other substance, for another substance. Okay. So we are not talking now about the kids or something else, but we are not talking about the body. So body and soul are 2 different substances. Soul cannot do anything for the body, and body cannot do anything for the soul. They are 2 independent substances functioning independently. Not one is dependent on the other. Okay. You may say that we are right now in this body. It is true that we are now inside this body, but we are not dependent on the body. Even when we leave this body, we move away to another body. So we are not dependent on any body, but just because of our ayu karma, we are here in this body. And when our ayu will come to an end, we will leave this body and will go to some other body, depending on the karmas that we have done in this birth. Okay. So if we are doing good things in life and not doing any deceitfulness, not expressing greed, not doing anger, not doing pride, and the other passions that are there, then we are definitely going to heaven. Okay. But if we do anger, that also very often, then we are destined to go to the hellish being. We will become a hellish being. And if we do deceitfulness more, then we'll become a subhuman, Tiryanj Gati. Okay. And if we do alpa arambha and alpa parigraha, means if we keep very little possessions and very little sinful activities, okay, then we will take birth in a human life. So now you can imagine why we have come to this human life, because in our previous birth we must have done this kind of activities. So for each state of existence there is an emotion involved. Okay. So whatever emotions we do, we always bound either auspicious karma or inauspicious karma. And that karmas come into fruition, and when that comes into the fruition, we get either the favorable or an unfavorable situations in our life. Okay. So this cycle has been going on. Okay. But now we have got an opportunity to break this cycle of birth and death. And how we can do that? By experiencing ourselves, we can begin the path of liberation right now. We cannot attain liberation right now because this is a fifth era and there is no liberation in the fifth era. But we can always start the path of liberation by experiencing ourselves, by manifesting right faith. Okay. So that is quite possible. And for that, we are studying the scriptures. So as we upgrade our knowledge, the delusion gets reduced gradually. Okay. It doesn't go in one stroke. Again, it is a process and gradually it goes. And one day will come when this delusion will be eradicated totally and we will attain Samyak Darshan or the right belief. But before that also there is an effort, and that we are putting right now. So we are destined to get good things in life, okay? Starting from the happiness that we have been looking for, and apart from that happiness, the auspicious karma that we are binding, that is going to bring good things in life. Okay. So we are not, our purpose is not to get good things in life. Our purpose is to manifest the stage of passionlessness. Okay. That is our aim. Our aim is to manifest happiness. Okay. But with this aim in mind, whatever we do, like we are reading, we are studying, we are doing puja, bhakti, donations and the penance and whatever auspicious activities that we are doing, those are all binding auspicious karma, and because of that, we are going to get good things in life. Okay. Maybe your next birth may be in some high level of heavens, or you may get born in a king's palace, and so all the good posts about the 63 Salaka Purus that we have, that all Samyak Drashtis only get. Okay. Mithya Drashti cannot become a Chakravarti. He cannot manage 96,000 wives. Okay. It is the Samyak Drashti who manages all these things, and in spite of that, he remains engrossed in himself. So this Friday, the morning class about the ask your question, we are going to discuss this in length. So what is an abhav? Okay. So first question is, what is an abhav? So abhav means non-existence of one substance into the other substance is called abhav, or the absence, or the non-existence. Okay. So as existence is also a quality of a substance, similarly non-existence is also a quality of the substance. Okay. So how can existence and non-existence exist simultaneously? So from the point of view of the self, the soul exists, and from the point of view of non-self, the other things does not exist in the soul. Okay. So in this way, there is existence and non-existence simultaneously in every substance. Okay. But we will be talking about the soul only, because we are concerned with our happiness and we are not concerned with the other 5 substances. So we will be learning about these 4 abhavs from the view of a soul. And of course, there will be something related to matter also, but primarily it will be because of the soul. So the nature of substance is multifacetedness. Multifacetedness means it has got innumerable qualities of different kinds. Okay. Anek ant, anekant, anek plus ant. Anek means many, and ant means gun. Gun means qualities, attributes. Okay. Just as existence is the nature of the substance from the point of view of the self. Okay. So from the self's perspective, existence is the nature of the substance. Abhav is also in the nature of the substance from the point of view of the non-self. Okay. तो स्व की अपेक्षाएं अस्तित्व है, तो पर की अपेक्षा अस्तित्व नहीं है. ओके. पर का कोई भी पदार्थ मेरे में नहीं है और मैं भी पर में जाता नहीं हूं. So this is the abhav. Now abhav may, you may feel that what is this abhav? You may not understand it very quickly. Okay. But if I say that one substance is independent of another substance, then you will say, yeah, I realize this. Okay. All substances are independent of one another. Okay. Not a single substance mixes with any other substances. Not a single substance can help any other substances. Not a single substance can influence any other substance. Not a single substance can destroy another substance. These are all the byproducts of the independent nature of each substance. So now if I ask you that, are you realizing the independent nature of each substance? You said, yeah, we know. Each substance is independent. Nobody is a doer of any other substance. But when I say abhav, then you feel this is something difficult to understand. But abhav means independence. Okay. Abhav means non-existence of one substance into another substance. And in other words, we can call it the independent nature of each substance. So now I hope that you know above better. I will give you some examples, but let me first explain you what are the kinds of above. So there are 4 kinds of above. The first one is prag bhav. In English, it is called, you can write it down, prior non-existence. Prior non-existence, and in Hindi it is called prag bhav. Prag means prior, okay? Then the next one is pradvansa bhav. Pradvans plus abhav, okay? So that is future non-existence, okay? Pradvans means future. So this is future non-existence. Then the third one is anyonyay bhav, means mutual non-existence. And the last one is atyanta bhav, that means absolute non-existence. Okay, so now let me teach you the first 2, the prior non-existence and the future non-existence. Okay, so the absence of the present modification. Okay, so first we will spell out the present modification. Present modification means Vartman Paryay, okay, or Vartman Avastha. So the absence of the present modification in the past modification, okay, past modification of that same substance is called prag bhav, or the prior non-existence. So first what we should begin with, the present modification, okay. वर्तमान पर्याय का पूर्व की पर्याय में अभाव, okay. So the absence of the present modification in the former modification, okay. I'll give you some examples. One example is given here, but let me go through the definition of the second one, that is future non-existence. So now the definition of the future non-existence is the absence of the present modification in the future modification. Very simple. The absence of the present modification in the past modification, the absence of the present modification in the future modification is called future non-existence. So one is prior non-existence, the other one is future non-existence. Prag bhav and pradvansa bhav. So there are 3 substances. One is milk, the other one is curd, and the third one is buttermilk. Okay. Now, if I want to show the relation between the 3 with the help of prior non-existence and future non-existence, how will you make me understand my question? Anybody can try?
I can try.
Yeah.
So in present, it is, suppose we have curd. This is present modification.
Okay.
Okay. So then buttermilk is milk. Milk is a future non-existence because it is already curd. So it is not going to become milk, but before it was milk.
It is not future existence, it is past. Prior non-existence.
Future non-existence, no?
No.
It's a prior non-existence.
First you
Past.
about the present modification. So the present modification is curd. Okay. So first it was milk, then it became curd, and then it became a buttermilk. Okay. Now, if you want to explain this prior non-existence and future non-existence, how would you explain? Aditi ji, now you say. Now you will spell it out correctly. You are muted.
Milk is a prior non-existence because it was there before, but now it is not.
But you have to start with the present one. So what is
the
the
present modification we are considering as curd?
Yeah.
When we consider curd as a if curd is a present modification, then for example, milk will be a past non-existence.
Right.
And buttermilk will be a future non-existence.
Okay. So now we can say that curd is absent in milk. Okay. And curd is absent in buttermilk. Okay. So when it becomes buttermilk, curd is not there. Okay. And when it was milk, the curd was not there. Okay? So the absence of curd in the milk is prior non-existence. Okay. And the absence of curd in the buttermilk is future non-existence. Are you clear?
Sir, is
Pardon?
I'm asking a doubt. Is Agyani past modification of a past non-existent modification of a Gyani?
Yeah.
Correct.
Right. Agyani and then Gyani and then omniscience. You can make.
Okay.
So everybody is clear with prior non-existence and the future non-existence. Priyanka ji, are you clear?
Sir, I just want to kind of summarize my understanding. I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
I'll give you an example. You now make us understand. So there is a child, okay, and then there is a youth, okay, and then there is an old person, okay. Now,
so my understanding is, sir, like the present is you.
Same person. We have taken photographs of his childhood, of his, when he was a youth and when he will become an old man. So presently he is youth, okay. Earlier he was child, and in future he will become an old man. Now you tell me how you will make us understand the prior non-existence and the future non-existence. I want the words to come out very correctly. Try.
Okay, so I'll try, sir. So I'll start with the Prague above. So with that, absence of present modification in the former modification. That means absence of youth in the previous childhood.
Very good.
And then going with Padvans above.
Future non-existence. It is called
future non-existence. So present modification, absence of present modification in the future modification is my youth will not be present in the old age.
Very good.
So that's way. And then just to link from the so what you said about Gyani and omniscience.
Yeah.
When I'm Gyani right now,
right,
my Gyani nature is going to be absent when I was an Agyani in my former. And my my Gyani will be absent in my future omniscience if I were to become an omniscient.
Okay, fine.
So that's how I think I kind of understood, sir.
Good, good. Very good being first time. And now the next is Jin Priya ji. Okay. You are going to answer the next example. So there was milk, and from milk we made mawa, and from that mawa we made gulab jambu. Okay. Milk, mawa.
You
and
have one notifications one you.
Pardon? Did anybody said anything? Okay, leave it. So there is milk, then it became mawa, and then it became gulab jambu. Okay. Now you show me how you are going to explain prior non-existence and future non-existence in this example.
So in the current, if we assume Mawa as the current state,
Okay.
The prior existence of milk doesn't exist in Mawa.
Very good.
So I don't have milk in Mawa. That's the prior existence. And
So
if
you can say it this way, that mawa is absent in milk.
yes, Mawa is absent.
You
in
should
milk.
always say the present one first. Otherwise, you will get confused.
Okay, okay, got it, sir. So on Prag Bhava, the present modification of Mawa is not present in the past modification of milk.
Fine.
Okay. In the Pradvansa Bhava,
Future non-existence. You say simple words, future non-existence. Okay.
Future non-existence. The
Yeah.
present Mawa will not be present in the future modification of as gulab jamun. So when we are eating gulab jamun, it stays as gulab jamun. It will not have the present one of Mawa. So the present modification doesn't exist in future modification.
Okay. So these are examples, are all examples only. Now somebody may say that gulab jambu contains mawa. So you don't take it that way. This was just an example. Okay. Now the next example is for Jinali ji. Okay. So I'm taking a bit of time, but I want to make sure that you all understand. So quick, very fast. Tree, table, ash.
So tree in the present will not remain tree.
First tell me what is the present one.
Table.
Okay, good.
So table will not remain tree.
Table is absent in the tree.
Yes. And in the second one, future modification, it will not, from ashes, it will not come to table.
No. Table is not in ashes. Simple.
Yeah, okay.
So you have to first spell out the present stage. Okay. Then you compare with the past and the future. Then it will become very easy. Otherwise, you will make some mistakes. Okay.
Right. Okay, sir.
So now, Chandra Prakash ji, your turn. You are there? Chandra Prakash
Yes,
ji.
Guruji.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to.
I will give my own example.
Okay, you give.
I am in the train.
Okay.
I am doing the journey in the train.
Okay.
My reservations and all these things are past one. My destination is in the future, but now I am in the train.
Oh, very good. Given a good example, and I can make out from the example that you have understood the concept.
Thank
Now,
you.
the last one, Darshit ji. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So, wheat, flour,
Sorry?
wheat,
Okay.
gehu, okay? And then atta means flour, right?
Yeah.
Car.
Yeah.
And then the chapati.
Okay. The present modification would be the flour.
Okay,
Then the flour will not exist in the wheat, which is
right.
the modification. And then the chapati is the future. So the flour would not exist in the chapati.
Oh, very good. So the first one was prior non-existence, and the next one was future non-existence.
Yeah.
So you understood two, all of you. And now the next one is the third one, Anyanyo Bhav, mutual non-existence. So there is a special condition for this, that this is applicable, this relationship is applicable only in matter. Okay, no other substance can have this relationship. Okay, so mutual non-existence happens between two matter substances, and not two matter substance, but the present modification of one matter substance and the present modification of another matter substances. Okay, I'll give you some for homework also, but let me make it clear. So, okay. So, milk, sugar, and sweet milk. What kind of non-existence exists here? Or let me simplify it. What is the relationship between milk and sweetness? Whether it is prior non-existence, future non-existence, or mutual non-existence.
Mutual
The
non-existence.
mutual.
Yes, mutual non-existence. Okay, because milk is also a matter and sweet is also a matter. So when there are two, when there is a relation between two different substances of matter, it is called mutual non-existence. One more example we take, that if I say that I get cured by medicines, okay, so then it would be an example of which non-existence? Say, anybody can say.
Disease and medicine.
Disease and medicine, yeah. So it is a mutual non-existence because the body is one matter and medicine is one matter. But we always say that I got cured by medicines. And through this chapter, they are going to make you realize that what you are seeing is not it's something to be believed. Okay. So the statement that I got cured by medicines, it may be true in the medical world, it may be true in the mundane world, but it is not true from the philosophy of Jainism. Okay. So this was the third one. And the last one is absolute non-existence. So the soul and the body, what relation do they have? Absolute non-existence. Okay. So absolute non-existence is between two substances. Okay. Two different substances. Mutual non-existence is between two matter substances. Okay. Future non-existence is between the present modification and the future modification. And prior non-existence is between the present modification and the past modification. Okay. So now I hope you have understood all the four. Now I will give you one example and I will stretch you a bit, and you have to show me all the four. Okay, all the four known existence in one example. Okay, and that example is that a potter makes a pot from clay with the help of the, that wheel, big wheel, what it is called, big wheel, and some other instruments are also there to make that pot. Okay, so a pot has been made from clay by the potter with the help of big wheel and other small instruments. Okay, now who can I just want to know one by one. So Darshit ji, you tell me what would be an example of prior non-existence?
So prior non-existence would be so the present is the pot. So the clay not being in the pot is the prior non-existence.
So pot is not present in clay.
Pot not in clay. If pot is present, then pot not in clay, not clay not in pot.
Okay. So now next time you first tell me what is the present, what is the past, and what is the future, whatever may be. But now I'm asking the second one, future non-existence. So in the same example, Priyanka ji, what would be a relation for the future non-existence? Which two things you will consider? Priyanka ji?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I'm having some connectivity issue. I'm like, I
Yeah.
lost the third one, but I think I heard your question half. That you're asking me the second above,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how the present modification is absent in the future modification.
Right.
So, sir, present is the pot,
Okay.
and so I'm sorry, when you were giving the example, I forgot, like after pot, what did you say? Like clay, pot, and then?
And then Bangar, when the pots break up.
Oh, so like waste. So
Yeah, waste.
pot is absent in the waste. So that is the second above.
Yeah. Okay.
So
And
the third above I did not understand because I had
you can also say that clay is the present modification and clay is absent in pot. Same way. Okay. Now, the third one, mutual non-existence. Jin Priya ji, can you try?
The pot, you said, sir, the potter's wheel and other substances, other material they are. A pot is not a mutual non-existence.
So mutual non-existence exists between two things, no? Which are the two things?
So pot does not exist in the potter wheel.
Yes, correct. You are absolutely correct. And the last one, absolute non-existence. Jinali ji, you try.
So I didn't get it, sir.
Okay, Aditi ji.
So is it the potter?
Yeah, and
The potter and the other smaller
Others.
user.
potter and pot,
Huh.
potter and clay, no problem. Potter and the wheels,
Right.
everything is atyant abhav, absolute non-existence. Okay, so now you have understood all the four. Now we'll quickly, we are 10 minutes left only. So we will quickly, what is the, yeah, you are asking something, Priyanka ji?
Sorry, sir. I think I lost my internet connectivity. Could you please help us understand the third above? I got the first, second, and fourth,
Okay.
but the third one I think I missed out.
The third one is mutual non-existence, and this only occurs in two substance of matter. Okay, so the one substance is the pot. Okay, and the other is the wheel and the other instrument that are used to make the pot. Okay, so these two you can also compare, and you can also have this between clay and the wheel, that is also there. Okay, so the absence of one matter substance into another matter substance. Okay, so not only the matter substance but the modification, the present modification of one matter substance and the absence of it into another modification of present substance. Okay, so two different substance, two different modification, and the relation establishing between them is mutual non-existence. Okay, there.
So, sir, going back to the example of Potter, how does this fit into this thing?
So the pot and the wheels are two different things, but of only of matter. Similarly, clay and wheels also you can take. Okay.
So,
And,
any two substances.
yeah, but only material substance, huh? So,
So can you repeat the Atyanta Bhava?
yeah, so Atyanta Bhava is between two different substances. Okay. So as the mutual non-existence was only in the matter substance. Okay. Two different matter substance. So this is between two different substances. So it could be between a soul and a matter. It could be between soul and a body. It could be between potter maker, okay, potter. It is called potter. Between potter and the clay. Between the potter and the pot. Between the potter and the wheel. These are all Atyanta Bhav. Okay.
So one Jeev, one Ajeev.
So two different substances. Okay. Different types of substances.
Sorry, could I ask a question on the last one? This Atyanta Bhav, when you're talking about one being a soul substance and the other being matter, we are assuming that the potter is the body, but we're looking at the potter as the soul. Am I right?
Right, potter as a soul. Right.
Okay. Okay.
So if we look at the body of the potter, then I'm asking this question: what will be the relationship between the body of the potter and the pot?
Yeah. So then it will be the mutual
Mutual
non-existence.
Okay, fine. Now we will take up these two questions. What are the benefits of understanding these four abhoves? Okay. Page number 52, last paragraph. What wrong will follow if we do not accept these four abhoves? Okay. What will be the drawbacks? Okay. If we do not accept these four abhoves. If we do not recognize the first one, Prag Bhav. Okay. Prag Bhav is prior non-existence. So if we do not believe in prior non-existence, then all modification of the activities will have to be accepted since beginningless time. Okay. So we have to accept that everything is eternal. Okay. So there cannot be something new that can be developed. Okay. So a person who is presently who is I'll say like this, who was an ignorant soul previously, okay, and now he has become an enlightened one. Okay, so the enlightened one is the present modification. The ignorant soul was the prior modification. Okay, so between these two, if we consider the enlightened one as the present, then it will be a relation of prior non-existence. Okay, so an ignorant soul will remain always an ignorant. Okay, and so everything will turn eternal. Okay, no new changes will come into any of the things. So this prior non-existence we have to accept. If we don't accept it, then no change will come, no change will take place. Okay. The second one, if we do not recognize the future non-existence, then what will happen? All the modification will persist indefinitely. Okay, so somebody who is now ignorant soul will always remain ignorant. Okay, so if we do not accept the future non-existence, then this will be a problem. Okay. The third one, if we do not accept mutual non-existence, all the modification of all the matter substance will be merged into one. Okay, there will not be a difference between two matter substances. So all will be merged into one, and they will become one and the same, identical and universal. Okay, so we need to accept this, otherwise the universe cannot function. And the last one is, if we do not accept absolute non-existence, then all the substances will abandon their natural attributes. The differences in the substance will be annihilated, will be destroyed, and all the substance will be one. So now presently there are 6 types of substances. All will become one. Okay. If we do not accept absolute non-existence, so we have to accept all the 4 aboves to get to the right knowledge. Okay. So this is your gateway to the right knowledge. You have to understand this concept very clearly and very deeply. And I'll be giving you some examples for practice, and you have to send me answer by voice message or by writing to me personally. Okay. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, I'll give you 1 week's time, and we will again connect back to this chapter the next week. Okay. So one who has been indulging in sinful wrong faith and other demerits makes effort, can destroy these and develop the religious state of correct faith and other merits, because the present modification does not exist in the past modification. So this was the benefit of the first one. The second one, the inferiority complex like those that lead to regarding oneself as a sinner and not having the capacity to adopt religious style of life are removed by understanding the future non-existence. Okay. So a sinner would always remain a sinner, but because of this future non-existence, the sinner will leave all the sins and can become a enlightened soul, can become a can adopt a religious style of life. Okay. The third one, the mutual non-existence. Sorry, this was all about the prior non-existence. Now I am moving on to the future non-existence. In the same way, by understanding Pradvans above, one can achieve glorious modification in future, however mean and low the present conditions may be. So you may be a very ignorant soul, okay, but you are not going to remain ignorant permanently. You will also leave this stage of ignorance and you can become a knowledgeable person, okay, because the future modification have absence of the present modification. So the present modification is of about the low present condition. Okay. This way one is encouraged to become soul-minded even in the present ignoble states, discarding all inferiorities. So inferiorities will go away and that inferiority is not going to remain in the future modification. Now, similarly, what would be a benefit by understanding the mutual non-existence and the absolute non-existence? One substance cannot change or create or destroy the other ones. By such understanding, our eternal fear that somebody can do us any harm is removed. Looking to others for our own welfare and knowing that others will do us some good are also washed off. So you're not dependent on the somebody else, and someone else is also not dependent on you. Each one of us is independent. Okay. Anyanyo bhav, or the third one, mutual non-existence, creates a feeling of independence in us for when one modification of matter substance is quite different from and independent of the same of other substance, the same are quite so from our soul. So when two different matter substances are independent, then soul is of course independent of the matter. That we can really, that we can very easily realize. Okay. So so the atyanta bhav, the fourth one, absolute non-existence. Okay. So absolute non-existence exists between two different substances. Okay. So one substance cannot destroy the other one substance cannot help the other one. All these understanding. So people do live in fear nowadays. Those who are not aware of this fact, they always feel that let's do friendship so that somebody will help me in my time of adverse situation, and they also keep relationship with other with a view that these people will help us. So when you understand this, that there is absolutely non-existence, nobody can help you and nobody can harm you, so then you are fearless. You know that nothing is going to happen to me. Nobody can destroy me. Nobody can bring in any problem. If I am suffering from miseries, then it is because of my fault. And what is that fault? That fault is delusion. And because of delusion, you feel that somebody will help you and you can help somebody, and you are dependent on somebody and somebody is dependent on you. All these kind of feelings are just because of delusion. And when you understand the nature of all the four non-existent substances, all the four non-existence relationship, then you are fearless. And you are also happy also, okay? So you just read this chapter, okay? And I'll be giving you some examples for practice, okay? 4 are given in the textbook only. Question number 5, desire and speech, spectacles and consciousness, body and clothes, and body and soul. Okay, these 4 examples are given, and some other I will send you across, and that all we will touch again this concept next week, and then by that time you will complete the homework, and we will discuss again the questions. Okay. So tomorrow we will be doing a short story of 5 Pandavas. Okay, I'm not going to explain in detail, but I'm going to explain you in short the whole story. So you read it once and be prepared so that you will understand the story. Okay, even if I don't teach, you will be able to understand. So what we will do is we will again discuss about this 4 abouts in the beginning for 10 minutes, okay, 10-15 minutes, and then we will proceed to that story, because that story will not take that much time. So I'll give you the homework today itself, and you will do it by tomorrow. Okay, so you have to read this chapter, you have to read the next chapter, okay, and you will practice also the questions that I'll give, and that we will discuss tomorrow initially in the first 10-15 minutes, and then we will move on to the story. Okay, so by next week we will be completing the syllabus, and then next to next week is 10 Lakshan Dharma, and then we will begin with the study of 10 Lakshan Dharma. Each dharma, each day. So 10 days, there will be 10 dharms, and we will be doing that class at around 7:30 or 7:45 India time, and it will be for 45 minutes. Okay, we'll try to finish in 45 minutes, but 5-10 minutes extra can go here and there to complete the thing, but we'll try to be doing it in 45 minutes. Okay, so this is all for today. I've given you some homework to do, but you have to put in some efforts, I know, but you will manage. And in case if you are not able to manage, don't worry. You can do it later on next week also. There is no problem as such. But tomorrow we will, those who have done it, I'll get the correct answers from them. I'll ask in the class. Okay. Okay.